I came from Uganda 3 days ago with a very strong, painful headache that happened all of a sudden. The headache was just too much that anyone could imagine. I felt like someone was banging my head with a hammer. And that constant banging, I had to be on painkillers for the whole day. And if I don't take my painkiller, the tramadol, I wouldn't even talk, I wouldn't even sleep, I couldn't sit. And I went to 3 hospitals in my country. I got a CT scan that diagnosed cerebral aneurysm, but I couldn't get treatment from my country. There's no hospital that could do it. I needed an immediate surgery. So we had to get in touch with the Polo Hospital. So we had to fly to see Dr. Krishna to see whether he could handle the problem. Immediately I got here, I went to a CT scan again, and they diagnosed the same problem, cerebral aneurysm, and he said he could do it in a minute. It was luck that she survived the flight. It was tough. It was not easy, we were told. We talked to Dr. Krishna, and he was like, it was not easy, but it was successful. Evelyn came back to us. As I talk, I've had my surgery. I think you can see. I've had my surgery and it was successful. The reason I'm saying it was successful before I even go back to my country is because I don't feel that headache again.
Mrs. Evelyn had this unusual but well-known problem of subarachnoid hemorrhage, and she had a bleed and survived the initial bleeding. Traveled all the way, and the very next day we decided to operate her by microsurgical technique, wherein we would do what is known as microsurgical clipping of the neck of this balloon and eliminating it from the arterial system of the brain so that it won't bleed again. The trick of this is that they are very deeply situated, buried inside the brain. In her particular case, it was very much within the grid of the blood vessels which supply the brain. At its base, what we call as circle of Willis, where the 2 carotid arteries and the basilar artery, which are the main arteries supplies the brain, they all join one another and form a grid. Within the brain, this whole space is about 1.5 centimeter. A 1.5 square centimeter size, that's about roughly this much size. Within that, there are 4 major blood vessels interconnected, and then they supply the whole blood, and one of them had a huge aneurysm which was of this size. I mean, literally that means all those vessels are stuck. The trick is that you have to eliminate this, separate it from the rest of the blood circulation and separate it out using a special thing called aneurysm clip, which will be there permanently. It seals off the wall, but the main vessels are all preserved. In her case, it was very successful, and all the blood vessels are preserved, and the aneurysm was eliminated. Now she is cured for life.
Now it is 2 weeks later, and Evelyn is in very good moods. She's in very good spirit. She has basically healed and will be going back to Uganda.